Hey y'all, this is David, the Georgia photographer, and I'm in Arizona. I am vlogging with the Nikon Z6 because I left my vlogging rig in Chattanooga. No, actually I didn't even leave it in Chattanooga. I left it in Nashville, Tennessee.
Morning.
Morning.
How did you leave it in Nashville?
Because that's where the truck is parked. So,
It is in Nashville.
so what we've done is we've came to Sedona, Arizona, and well, there was a comedy of errors. I'll talk about that in a little while. But where we're at right now is a place called Bell Rock. I guess it's a state park, might be a national park, but this is what it looks like. Teresa's vlogging as well with her iPhone. Well, she blogs. She doesn't really vlog. She kind of blogs on Facebook. But we're gonna get some pictures. I'll share them with you. All right, we've come up here. I mean, look at that mountain. Isn't that something? It's just incredible what you can see from up here. There's people up above us. Oh man, they're way up there, Teresa. Look, they're on top of this rock.
Oh, I see them.
And there's some on the side, and one guy standing on the very top. See if I can get this in for you. That's pretty incredible. He's gonna climb plumb to the top of that rock.
Why are you filming? Whoa! They were those loose rocks. I have fell down on these loose rocks about 5 times on Smith Rock, and I'm not wanting to fall down. Now you can film me.
We're about to load up and go do a Jeep tour. I think I finally figured out how to make this Z6 do video reasonably well. I figured out the focus problem was that the auto assigned function to the manual focus ring on the lens barrel is manual focus override. And the moment I would move it the slightest, it would automatically switch the focus mode and shut down my autofocus. Today we're going on a Jeep ride a little later. I finally got that straightened out. I finally got the white balance straightened out. Maybe it'll actually record video like I'm hoping it will. One thing I've noticed about Arizonians is they like their pizza and their Starbucks. It's like it's pizza joint, Starbucks, bank. Pizza joint, Starbucks, pizza joint, Starbucks, bank.
Especially you, Teresa. You're too adorable. I can't lose it. Now, the tribes around here did have some pottery.
We're going to Chicken Point.
Oh.
Talking to the camera.
Yeah, Chicken Point.
Yeah.
You know why it's called Chicken Point?
Yeah,
Back in the day, we would drive Jeeps around here, and if you didn't, you were a chicken. I'm very much a chicken, just throwing it out there. That's well said, man. Well said. I can't compete with that. Cool. Let's start with you guys.
All right, what you're seeing is this line right here is the infamous White Line Trail. It's a mountain bike trail on a 45-degree grade. One wrong move and you're pretty much dead. There's no way. Jeep tour's pretty legit. We ain't done yet either. But now we're going out to do more photo ops. This time we're on the shaded side of the butte. Sandstone out here is so much easier to drive on.
Alright, you ready? 3, 2, 1. Awesome. One more. 3, 2, 1. Wonderful. Hey, Deanne. Real quickly, guys, this is Deanne. Now, in our gift shop, we have a calendar. She's actually July because she's hot.
Thanks, Kyle.
You're welcome. That was so awkward. Hey, how are you, Dr. Jones?
Good, good. Just have fun out there.
Yeah. Well, we made it back from the Jeep tour. This is downtown Sedona, as you can see. It's a little after 4, close on 5. So once I round Teresa up, she's went in the stores. We're probably gonna go dust off because the camera is covered in dust and get it cleaned up a little bit. It's windy. Let's see. I get over here closer to this building if it helps. Now we got the water noise from the stream. The water feature's kind of cool though. We just ate at the Hudson restaurant. I give it an A+. You get an opportunity to go there. Get the peppercorn New York steak, whatever it is. Worth it.
David! Yeah. No way in my picture.
All right, y'all. I figured now would be a good time ending to kind of give you the story of what it was like to actually get here from Chattanooga. First of all, there was a comedy of errors in booking the flight. Then we had to, oh look, the sun's starting to light up the mountains all at once. Wow. Once we got on the plane, everything getting on the plane was normal, but we got on the plane, he gets on the tarmac, spools up the engines, and immediately pulls back into the gate. Like, that was odd. So he comes over the loudspeaker and says one of the thrust reversers on one of the engines had come unlocked at takeoff, and that safety protocol dictates that they have to get that locked before he can fly the jet. Takes the mechanic 3 hours to get it fixed. We finally take off, 4-hour flight, we're in Phoenix. 7 hours we sat on that plane with nothing but a little half bottle of water and one of them little biscuits. We were hungry by the time we got to Phoenix. We go immediately get something to eat. We just rented a car in Phoenix and just drove up here. So we got into our hotel room. Actually, it's a condominium and it's super nice. I'll probably do a walk through here in a few minutes just to show you guys the accommodations that Teresa was able to arrange. Okay, this door is not blue. It's actually brown, but it's because I've got the white balance set for inside where it's a lot of tungsten lighting. So we're going in. As you can see, the color inside is correct because of the yellow lights. When you come into this huge hallway, that's the living room back there. Okay, the first door you come to is this bedroom. Of course, it has a desk, has a really nice mirror. See, there I am. Hey y'all, how y'all doing? It did face detect, I saw it. Okay, we're using this room as a staging area since we're just a couple and we're not actually here with a large family or something. Of course, it has a beautiful double bath. I've kind of moved in here. It has a shower, the usual amenities. They have all these little soaps already in these deals. Okay, and then we come into the living room space. has the kitchen's over there. Behind this open door here, you have the refrigerator. Okay. And you got the kitchen counter. You got a little bar over there with some bar stools, and you got a nice big couch and a fireplace that actually puts off heat, but it's not real. It's kind of weird. And then of course a huge big screen TV, which we watched TV for the first time last night, and I don't know when, because we can normally not figure out how to get the cable to work. Then of course I've got my Nikon hat, my smartphone, and my tripod from where I was shooting out here, out on the porch this morning. I was set up over in that corner, that way to cut the wind off the camera some. And then what's blown out here, let me just pull the illumination back so you can see, is the mountain range. I can even go back a little more, can I? No, that's minimum. I have to start stopping it down. There you go. Then you have these double doors in the living room, and you open these, and you can tell we've been living in here. All right, then you have this huge king-size bed, and another TV, which we didn't even turn on. Since we're East Coasters, we go to sleep at like 8 o'clock. So we get done eating supper, come home, watch a little bit of TV, and we're zonked out. We're asleep literally an hour later. But then you come into this bathroom, and it has this huge bathtub, jacuzzi tub, and then back there is a sink. Around the corner is a shower and a toilet back in here. It's like, it just keeps going, you know. And it's got these stone floors supposed to massage your feet. I'm not so sure if I like this coffee maker situation. This is one of them deals where you brew the coffee, and then you take the cup and stick it in it, and it fills it up. Holds like 3 cups of coffee. Not much. So, whatever. I get out here, and I realize I didn't bring my usual video rig. It's in the truck in Nashville at the airport. I just left it in the airport, or in the truck in the parking lot. Does not surprise me. So I was gonna get a GoPro 9, the new one, because there's Rolly's camera is here, and last time I came here, it was a pretty big deal camera shop. It's right on the main road, and I looked on Google Maps, and they're still here, so I went down there the next day as soon as they opened, and they pulled back on their camera equipment pretty dramatically. About 1/3 of their floor space is still devoted to camera equipment, but the other 2/3 is now like a souvenir shop. I asked him about a GoPro, and he said that they quit carrying them because GoPros was it what was the word he used? Their release schedule is so aggressive, and their buy-in to be a GoPro dealer is so expensive that you can't move all of last year's product before the next year's product comes out, making it unprofitable to sell GoPros. So he doesn't carry them. He says, and none of the other local shops that did have GoPro gear has it anymore. He says only the big box stores like Best Buy and Amazon and the really big camera shops are the only ones that even fool with it anymore. So that was kind of a bummer. So I'm recording on the Z6. Had to give Teresa the keys. She went in the car. We've got a Dodge Charger. Yeah, just like Teresa's, but a new one. And this thing does all sorts of bizarre crap, some of which I don't like. When you go to reverse in the new Charger, it turns on the backup camera, and so you'll use the backup camera, it takes the mirrors and points them almost straight down. Automatically, they just both go down so low you can't look in the mirrors. Why would you not want to be able to look in your mirrors and see beside the car? You can actually, while it's in reverse, go to the mirrors, drive them back up, and they'll stay up so that you can see beside the car. But the moment you put it in drive, they go back to where they normally were set. Then when you go to reverse again, say maybe you need to do a 2-point turn, they go right back down. It's just the dumbest thing ever. The rest of the car is pretty cool. It has like driver 1, driver 2 settings. So once you set the car to where you are driving it, you actually get in, crank it, and the seat moves to where it was at last time, and then when you shut it off, the seat moves all the way back to make getting in and out of the car easier. It's kind of cool. But today is going to be a day of photography. That's the plan. I got dust in my lungs from that Jeep ride yesterday. We had a lot of fun in that. It was interesting to do the Jeep ride because I was normally driving my Jeep, you know, and it's real technical, and it's real challenging, and it's real exhausting. But to go as a passenger, it was a lot of fun. I had never actually went as a passenger. I'd always had my own Jeep. So it was kind of cool to actually go where somebody else had to do all the thinking, and I just was along for the ride. I see why they call it slick rock, secret slick rock, because it's flat on top. It's kind of neat. There's one little patch of dirt and some sticky bushes and cactuses are growing in it. Tracy's way back there dragging around. You can see where when it rains, these fill up with water, creates little wet weather basins. They said there's been a drought here recently. There ain't been any rain in several months of any significance. Look at this. And it abruptly ends. That's pretty much straight down, about 75 feet. Wow. Kind of give you some perspective. Wow. An original old barn of some kind. It's an old home place in the valley here. At the foot of that beautiful, I think that's Cathedral Rock. Oh boy, somebody's Learjet. And over here is the maintenance shed. This is all, I think, National Park Service Forest Ranger people. There's the parking lot for it. But this is what this area down through here is. Why you see these red and yellow trees is these are oak trees. This is Oak Creek. And it's actually a flowing surface water stream in this desert. As strange as that seems. Must be served by a spring. But yeah, it's real pretty. Yeah, this whole little valley is just real interesting. Here, show it to you some more. Do the cool pan from behind a bush. So, you ready to go to the next awesome place?
Yes.
You are?
Yes.
All right, let's do that. All right, I just got through doing some bird photography down in the vineyard here where we ate lunch.
Wait them up. They gonna jump by.
And I cobbled this together. This is the longest lens I have. It's the Leica CL with a L mount to F mount Nikon adapter, and I put this 200mm f4 on it, and I got these photos. I think they actually look pretty good. I was kind of surprised at how successful you can be if you're just patient. I just sat down in the apple orchard in a lawn chair and just waited for the birds to come back. I even got this picture of a woodpecker. That's pretty cool. So, yeah, don't discount a manual focus lens just because it don't have eye detect autofocus or super fast focus tracking. You can still get photos. All right, we've made it to Jerome, Arizona. I don't know if you can see Teresa back there. She's getting on her sunglasses. It's just bizarre here. You can tell, look, this is actual slag tailings here, Teresa, in this concrete. This is where they supposedly use the remaining cremated remains of the dead in the concrete's aggregate, because supposedly for a small fee you could have your body cast into the furnace where they smelted the copper,
Like cremated.
and it would cremate you. Well, they had to dross off everything before they poured the ingots, and you would be in the slag, or what's left. There wouldn't be much left, I'm pretty sure, but that's what they made the concrete with. Look at this little building. It's like here. Yeah. Look. There's a building that used to be there that's burnt.
These are just parking spaces.
Well, I gotta admit, Jerome is a pretty neat little town. I mean, if you're out in this part of the world, you know, and you're staying in Sedona, or even if you're in Phoenix, it's probably about an hour from Phoenix. I'd have to map it, but it's an old copper mine town, and the town is quaint. It's got a lot of weird stuff. Arizona has a lot of metaphysical things. Sedona's got a big center for it. They have these things known as vortexes in Sedona, and it's got something to do with the energy of the planet. I don't fully grasp what's going on there, but there's something to it, and it's kind of out here too. But they've got a lot of different. It's a cool little town. Kind of reminds you a little bit of like Gatlinburg, but more like with restaurants. There's still a bunch of shopping, but it's not over commercialized. It's commercialized. Don't get me wrong. You know, they're relying on tourism to make their money, but it's not too bad. I mean, it's kind of quaint. It's cool. But you can tell that like they did the best they could with what they had, the way the roads flow, the way everything works. There goes the fire chief. The police department has 4 police cars parked out front, and it's a little hole-in-the-wall building. Here's an old church that they've added onto a couple of times, and I think it's actually turned into something else. That's this building right up here. It's a pretty cool little town. So yeah, I'd say it's worth coming out, giving it a look. But the old mine is back there, and it's down that way, down in here. That's a bunch of the old mine as well. And apparently they're restoring some of that building. Kind of whatever, just, you know. But like the post office is right down here. Show you. Okay, what you're looking at behind me here is half of a original steam engine flywheel. It even still has, you can see the cog teeth from the starter motor cut into the perimeter. This thing took so much energy to get it going. They had a little steam engine with a gearbox on it that would rock into place and lock into these teeth that would turn it to get it moving. It's so big it bolts together in halves. The other half is right there.
Might as well take a picture and get Jerome.
All right, and they're just making it decoration at this point. Well, that was a pretty cool sunset. I was wearing my Sushi and Abe shirt, and this couple that just moved to Chattanooga from Chicago saw it and recognized it. So we got to talking to them, and while we're talking to them, Teresa happens to find a couple with their children moving from California, and they're going to Chattanooga.
To Chattanooga.
It's like we had our big Chattanooga meeting at the Sunset Rock.
They're on their way there right now.
That's where they're going.
They're stopping along the way to sightsee.
So that's just the weirdest thing ever. Shooting with ISO 51200 f4 1/50th of a second video. Wonder how grainy this is going to be. I would like to know why this tree twists up like this. I'm not even sure what kind of cedar this is. It's a cedar of some sort. That's just bizarre how it does that. Just interesting to me because I don't live out here. This has been a really fun little adventure with you guys, and if you haven't done it yet, subscribe's right down there. I'd like a thumbs up. I'm shivering, it's so cold. Good grief. And until next time, get your camera out. Go take a picture with it, all right? We'll see you later. Bye-bye.
sightsee.